How can a simple repair job escalate into a historical catastrophe or the end of a civilization? In the misty Glencoe Valley of Scotland, there lived a carpenter, Elias MacLeod, who had resided in the same village for generations, making only simple furniture, drawing no particular attention. When he noticed the hidden carvings in that heirloom he was handed, he wasn't just fixing an object. He was, in fact, awakening a curse that had slept for millennia, or perhaps unlocking the gates to an invaluable treasure forgotten by humanity. His ordinary tools were not merely for cutting wood. They were the keys to opening sealed chapters of history. Elias MacLeod was a man in his late 60s, his hair thinning and silver, his hands calloused from years of labor. He worked as a carpenter in his great-grandfather's workshop in the small village of Glendale, nestled in Scotland's Glencoe Valley. The locals knew him as Silent Elias. He wasn't fond of talking, performing his work quietly and meticulously. His furniture was renowned for its sturdiness, but lacked aesthetic flair. Everyone in the village knew him, but no one truly knew him. He was a part of the village, yet also like a stranger, a withdrawn man, living in his own world. But behind Elias's ordinary facade lay a generational legacy and a talent he could never have imagined. Elias's family had been carpenters in this valley for centuries, working with wood for generations. But his grandfather, Alistair, taught Elias not just carpentry, but the language of wood, the secrets of the forests, and the intricacies of ancient carving art. Grandfather Alistair was known as the village's storyteller. He loved recounting old Scottish legends, lost clans, and buried treasures. Elias always thought these were mere children's tales. That is, until his grandfather gave him that small, carved wooden chest, a family heirloom hidden for generations. The chest contained intricate carving patterns that seemed simple, yet Elias, in his youth, couldn't decipher. His grandfather had told him, "These patterns are not just decoration, my grandson. They are whispers. You will unlock the secret." But Elias hadn't understood his grandfather. His grandfather passed away shortly after, and the chest's secret remained a knot in Elias's mind. Years passed. Elias had forgotten his grandfather's legacy, that carved chest, leaving it in a corner of his workshop. Until that day, a priceless premillennial Celtic tablet was stolen from one of Scotland's oldest museums, the Museum of Ancient Celtic Tablets. News was everywhere. The police were baffled, the public anxious. The tablet bore complex Celtic runes that had remained undeciphered for generations. As Elias listened to the news, his carving tool froze in his hand. Something stirred within him. This couldn't be, could it? Those runes. They resembled the carvings on his grandfather's chest. Elias brought the long-ignored chest to his workbench. He found high-resolution photos of the stolen tablet online. As he examined them, a tightness gripped his heart. On one of the intricate runes on the tablet, there was a tiny, almost imperceptible anomaly. It was like a minuscule scratch, seemingly added with a carving tool, that didn't match the tablet's original design. But in Elias's mind, an instant connection formed. This closely resembled that tiny, signature-like detail he'd seen in his grandfather's chest years ago. It was a master's stroke. Elias began to ponder the meaning of this master's stroke. Was this a simple imitator? Or had a legendary Celtic thief, long thought lost, returned? This question reawakened all the traumas that had lain dormant for years. If this thief was alive, he might have a chance to avenge David, to bring justice. But this was a risky game. Elias was now just a lonely carpenter. He couldn't trust anyone, not even the police. The past ostracism pushed him onto this path alone. He decided to track the thief using his own methods, his woodworking skills and intellect, just as his grandfather had taught him. Elias knew Celtic artifacts very well. The thief wouldn't just target expensive pieces. He would choose rare artifacts with symbolic and historical significance. The theft of the Celtic tablet was no coincidence. This tablet represented the wisdom and mystery of an ancient civilization. Elias was certain that the thief had stolen this artifact and hidden it elsewhere, using it as part of a larger plan. As a first step, he began re-examining the thief's past hiding places and escape routes. Though each page triggered painful memories, Elias was determined. Elias's method was vastly different from that of an ordinary detective. He saw the unseen. With a carpenter's eye, he analyzed the patterns, textures, and the language of wood and stone in the world around him. The master's stroke in the thief's forgeries was a starting point for Elias. This stroke could be part of a new artifact where the thief concealed clues about his next target. Elias viewed every building, every street, every path in Glendale as a new map in his mind. It was as if the thief had left him a new message, and Elias had to decipher it. Elias tried to create an encrypted map, using the thief's latest master's stroke and photos of the stolen Celtic tablet. This master's stroke must have been inscribed on the tablet. But why would the thief take such a risk? Because he always played a game. He always wanted to showcase his intellect. And Elias knew this game very well. He worked for days, nights, sleepless. Sustained by coffee and the scent of wood, he didn't miss even the smallest detail in the village. One day his gaze snagged on an old carved stone in a church wall. The symbols on the stone resembled the patterns in the thief's old handwritten notes. Was it a coincidence? Or was the thief in Glendale? Elias pursued the clue on the wall, analyzed it. And yes, this was the thief's new signature, more subtle, less noticeable, yet familiar. This signature led him to an abandoned stone quarry outside Glendale. Inside the stone quarry, Elias's sharp eyes swiftly scanned the area. As his instincts had warned, the Celtic tablet was nowhere to be found. This location served merely as a rendezvous point, a coded sign. The unsettling sketches and cryptic notes scrawled across the walls unequivocally indicated that the thief was meticulously orchestrating a grander, more sinister plan. And with a chilling certainty, Elias's most profound fear was realized. The thief had not perished. He had been meticulously hiding all these years, adopting a new name, a meticulously crafted new identity, just like Elias himself. But the thief's consuming obsession remained unyielding. Ancient artifacts and Elias. As Elias scrutinized the ominous notes, a familiar name emerged from within their cryptic depths: Sir Alaric. He was Scotland's most revered antiquarian and history expert, simultaneously the museum's largest sponsor, a charismatic and mysterious man. Elias had encountered Sir Alaric a few times. Ilara's heart immediately sprouted a profound doubt. Could Sir Alaric be the Phantom? Elias began to scrutinize Sir Alaric's public images and his collection. Alaric primarily amassed Roman artifacts, a striking contrast to the Phantom's penchant for Celtic works. But then, one detail caught his eye. One of Alaric's cherished pieces was a modernized depiction of Edinburgh. In a corner, Elias discerned a tiny, almost microscopic signature stroke. Yes, the Phantom was Sir Alaric. His heart pounded. He couldn't have been hidden this close for so long. But all the clues were converging. The Phantom hadn't just stolen art. He had stolen his own identity. The opportunity to avenge David, to finally imprison the Phantom, was now tantalizingly within his grasp. But Elias wanted more than revenge. He wanted justice. And he had to understand Alaric's ultimate intention for the Celtic tablet. He learned Alaric was soon to host an Ancient Civilizations and Future exhibition in Edinburgh. An alarm bell rang. Would the Celtic tablet inexplicably resurface at this exhibition? A forgery, an illusion. While watching an old seminar recording of Alaric, a single word illuminated Elias's mind: hologram. Yes, that was it. The phantom hadn't stolen the Celtic tablet. It was already stolen and hidden elsewhere. The exhibition would feature a flawless hologram of the priceless artifact, broadcasting the phantom's message at a specific time. Just as Sir Alaric prepared to speak, Elias noticed that tiny flicker on the tablet. The moment for the hologram to trigger. Elias used his light pen, aiming at a small point at the base of the display case. He waited. Before Alaric could finish, the distortion grew. The hologram flickered violently. Sounds of astonishment rose. Alaric's charismatic smile turned to anger. Elias waited for the distortion to spread. Then, from within the tablet, the phantom's digital voice confessed the Celtic tablet was stolen, the displayed piece an illusion. He mentioned David, boasting he'd always read Elias's mind. This was his greatest challenge. Panic spread, shouts and chaos escalated. Alaric's eyes, filled with terror, locked onto Elias. Elias, calm, as if whispering, "Game over, Phantom." Security guards subdued Alaric. Police arrived. Elias presented all evidence, the confession, the audio, his hologram analysis. Edinburgh's revered antiquarian was a dangerous criminal. News spread like wildfire. Silent Elias had become a national hero. Alaric confessed, revealing locations of all stolen artifacts. The trafficking network crumbled. David's name was cleared. Elias, a legend, received countless invitations. But he returned to his humble workshop in Glendale. Fame held no appeal. Justice and David's memory did. Elias was no longer merely silent Elias of the village. He stood as living proof of how craft and intellect could triumph over darkness. Flowers appeared at his door daily. People traveled from afar to see him. But Elias remained unchanged. He still carved silently, now depicting not just wood, but the hope and peace within him. For he knew that some battles were won with carving tools, with intellect, and with a small flash of light deployed at just the right moment. And that the greatest masterpiece, sometimes, emerged from the most unassuming, silent hands. What profound lesson does Elias's story impart to us? It reveals where true power truly resides, and it shows us that sometimes the most magnificent heroes patiently await in the quietest, most overlooked corners. Don't you wholeheartedly agree? Please share your thoughts and let us know in the comments below. If you found this story compelling and inspiring, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Because every single day, we are committed to continuing our journey of discovering the extraordinary strengths hidden behind these seemingly ordinary lives. Where in the world are you watching from? Drop a comment below. We genuinely love hearing from our amazing viewers around the globe.